Y'all, Terence Crawford's mother, she was horrible to him while he was growing up. I'm sorry. I know people don't want to hear that. People don't want to say it. It's not nice to say. She was a horrible mama to him, for real. Right? And while she may have provided for him and all of that, being a great parent is more than just providing for your children and speaking life into your children, uplifting them, right? Showing love and affection for them, nurturing them, being their biggest supporter, not their biggest hater. Terence Crawford's mama was his biggest hater. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to drop a link to the video in the comment section, right? And y'all check that video out. Man, ESPN did a special on Terence Crawford about 4 years ago. And from that special, you hear him talk about his mom, and his mom is on camera getting interviewed. And I've heard Terence describe his mother as his biggest obstacle in his life before at one point, right? But they're in a better place now, but she at one point was his biggest obstacle. I'm like, what do he mean by that? You know what I mean? Because I would always see her in the ring with him, dancing and all that after all of his victories and all of that. So I was wondering what he was talking about. And then I see this clip, man. She talking about she was telling him he wasn't going to be shit when he was growing up. She putting a bounty on her son's head, not like to get killed, I mean. She was trying to pay the kids in the neighborhood $10. If y'all can whoop Bud, I give y'all $10 individually, right? She never told him congratulations for winning boxing tournaments while he was growing up. And all he was doing was really fighting for his mama's approval. He was fighting for his mother's approval, man. A lot of kids want their parents' approval and things, right? He was fighting for his mama approval, and she would never tell him congratulations. She would never tell him she was proud of him or none of that. And this came from her, out of her own mouth, right? She knew he was looking for, I love you, son. Congratulations, I love you. And she said she never gave it to him, right? And she's sitting there like as if she's proud of doing that. Like it's okay, like she feels vindicated in doing that now that he's an undisputed champion and like he's a world-class boxer, you know? And again, it saddens me because she the type of mom that thinks her doing that is the reason why he became what he was. Terence Crawford is successful in spite of his mother, not because of his mother, in spite of her. Again, man, when I looked at that interview, she had no regrets for any of her actions. And what that is learned behavior, right? She had generational trauma passed to her from her mother, down to her parents or whatever, down to her. She passed it down to her children. And we as black people, we got a lot of generational curses. We got to break those curses. We can't continue them and think that's going to make you tougher or harder and so on and so forth. Because honestly, she lucky Bud even want to deal with her. She lucky Bud even want to deal with her and got her at the fights. She lucky Bud still love her and take care of her. A lot of dudes would have said to hell with you. And went on about their way, went on about their business, and kept doing what they was doing, right? Because I hear him describe his relationship. He said, his father told his mama, look, our boy gonna be world champion one day. And she, man, he ain't gonna be shit. Like, what? What type of shit is that, man? As a parent of 2 children, watching that, I felt for that man. That's why that dude fight with that type of damn relentlessness and that type of vigor and that type of hunger and that type of passion, that type of intensity. Because look, he know at this point, that's the only way his mama gonna even act like she probably proud of him. Dancing in the ring and all of that, that's the only time he probably can get an approval from her. Probably still to this day. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the only way he know he can see her being proud of him visibly. By whooping ass. You know what I mean? And if you raised like that, she lucky he didn't grow up becoming a stick-up kid. Because a lot of folks I knew dudes with mamas like that. I knew dudes with mamas just like that. You know what I mean? Who mamas was just off the chain, just completely just irrational, who really didn't show them love and affection, who didn't nurture them properly. They came running around. They was running around in the streets acting a goddamn fool, causing havoc, being agents of chaos in the hood because their mama didn't love them and show love to them. So they started just being unruly, wild kids, being terrorists throughout the neighborhood. She lucky he didn't turn into that. You know what I'm saying? How your mama your biggest hater, man? That's crazy, man. She sounded like she was trying to ruin his life. And luckily, and it's a lot of parents like this, man. I'm lucky I grew up with a mama who was all there for me. My mama was my biggest fan, my biggest supporter. Me and my siblings, she was all of our biggest fans. You know, when I was running for prom king, she made my posters for me, printing them out on her job. When I ran for Mr. Mississippi Valley State University and became Mr. Mississippi Valley State, she the one who printed out my posters and shipped them to me next day, printing them out at her job so I can get that and be able to run and campaign and do it properly. She posted me all over her social media whenever I do something great. She posted my sisters up whenever they do something great, whenever we graduate from school, whenever we going to college, whenever we achieving something positive in life, whenever our birthdays come about. She's showering us with love, man, and she knew that's what we needed as young black kids in the hood. You know what I mean? Same for my father, man. My father was a man that always told us he loved us, showed us affection, always told us he was proud of us, spoke life into us. And that mattered. And when your parents don't do that for you, man, you become bitter. You become angry as hell. And it's probably why he was angry as a young boy. Because your mama ain't really rocking with you the way she's supposed to be rocking with you. Your mama the one that's supposed to be uplifting you. And when your mama let you down, telling you you ain't gonna be shit, not telling you she love you, not congratulating you for doing great things in your life, they carry a wound inside of you. You know what I mean? So yeah, like he probably fights so hard due to all the childhood trauma he experienced. You know, and I thank God for the mama I have. You know, because my mama was nowhere near like this. We growing up in the hoods of Chicago. My mama worked for United Airlines. She flew for free. She took us to the Mall of America, took us to Disney World, took us down south to see our family. You know what I mean? Taking us to all different parts of the country. You know, taking us to Washington, D.C. All of those things. Taking even my family members, taking my grandma and them to Vegas, all that, right? But again, as kids, she trying to let us see something different, expose us to different things. Taking us to the library, to the museum downtown Chicago. Taking us to the Field Museum. Taking us to the Museum of Science and Industry. Taking us downtown, allowing us to eat at certain places and restaurants. We flying in first class on the plane. You know, telling us she love us, she proud of us. Being there clapping loud, and I'm talking about loud. She don't care that people say no applause. She don't give a damn. She's sitting there running up to the front, snapping pictures proudly. You know, when your mama not like that with you, it affects you terribly, man. His mama was really his biggest obstacle. I'm like, God damn. She act like she hate her son. You know what I'm saying? She act like she hate him. So I know it's probably an awkward thing now, you know what I mean? She see her son doing all this and all of that, and and the crazy thing about it, man, she probably give herself credit for that. Like, you know, he like the way he is because I raised him to be tough and hard-nosed like that. Man, yo, for real, that brother's boxing was probably that brother's safe haven away from his mama. You know what I mean? In a place where he got kudos and acknowledgement for being great by somebody. He said his father was pumping that into him, but his father wasn't in the home with him, and I believe he said his father moved to another state. So he in the boxing gym getting kudos from his trainers, Bo Mack and all of that, and getting praise and, you know, and getting admired for what he does in the ring. And that probably kept him on a straight and narrow because he's hearing some type of positive affirmation from somewhere outside of his mama. She wild as hell giving kids $10 to whoop your son ass. Are you for real? Like, come on, man. Like, it's crazy. But watch this video in the comment section below. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. I'm for real. I'm glad he made it as far as he did. For real, man, it's really a great thing that he made it this far because a lot of kids would have gave up and would have ran to the streets because they're like, damn, my mama don't even rock with me. She don't even fool with me like that. What am I out here trying to do all this? She don't even rock with me like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. So congratulations to that brother on all that he's achieved on becoming the first undisputed champion in the 4-belt era at welterweight. 2-time undisputed now, trying to go for 3-time undisputed with Jermell Charlo. And if he do that, goddamn, Bud got to be top 10. He do that. He got to be top 10. I don't know. Some might say top. I'm going to say top 10. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.